told John that nice pan might
walk. Fred's over here talking about sealing the. We go live just in time for Fred to tell me he's taking the pan.
I'm taking the pan with me.
It's Derek. We're out here with Fred Neuville, and he's got a castaway pan there.
Monk's Corner, right?
Hand-to-hand.
Same thing.
Same thing, close, same.
One piece of steel. Look at that pan. That is a nice pan. And you get 10% off if you...
Food Boat 10.
Food Boat 10.
And they're all going to ask, they were asking yesterday, like, who are ladies? So...
Hi, I'm Janet or Ashley.
We got Janet or Ashley.
Michaela.
And Michaela out here. And then Sam, you've seen Sam
I'm here.
before
Hi, guys.
on the boat. So he's back out here today. What are we cooking now? We've already cooked something. If you missed it, tough shit. No, you can go back and rewatch it. The flounder was amazing. And now we're going to be doing another Low Country favorite fish.
We're going to be doing Sheepshead. Sheepshead is a very, I want to say, meaty, mild, white fish, but with a distinct flavor profile because what it feeds on are barnacles around docks and things. And here are all the ingredients that we're going to be using. Am I cooking right now?
I'm sorry, I'm trying to make sure live's good. And then Fred's over here like, you're texting, put the phone away.
Yeah,
No.
what am I doing?
I'm pulling it up to make sure everything's good audio-wise.
Sounds like a plan.
You scared me a little bit ago.
Oh, can you hear me? He thought my microphone was unplugged.
Fred goes, my mic was unplugged. How long was it unplugged for?
I'll go to the YouTube channel.
And so, all right, so
we're going to be cooking sheepshead, and these are all the ingredients that we're going to be using. We're going to do sheepshead Vera Cruz style. So Vera Cruz is it's a Mexican, Spanish-influenced dish that is generally used with snapper, but we're going to do it with sheepshead. And we have white onion, we have some arugula from my garden, and also some wasabi greens right here from my greenhouse. We're going to make a nice little salad with that. First, what we have to, and then we have oregano and a little bit of parsley. Parsley is always nice in a salad because it has a high chlorophyll content, and it really makes your ingredients pop. We have some green olives and some capers, jalapeno. Now, I always thought, Derek did my shopping for me. What the hell am I going to do with that? I thought garlic came chopped. So what we're going to do,
Fred, I'm glad Fred's taking the pressure off because I was really nervous. I was texting people yesterday. I'm like, Fred Neuville sent me grocery shopping. What am I supposed to do?
Well,
the pressure was on.
So what we're going to do is we're going to use this castaway pan from Monk's Corner, Hand-to-hand. Those guys make it from Hand-to-hand, and it is Castaway Carbon. That's the name of the company that makes it, and it's a beautiful pan, as you can see. One piece of steel. This will be my first time using it, but what we need to start doing is we need to cook some of this delicious bacon from Cooper River Farms. This is the Applewood smoked bacon, and nothing is better, or everything is better with bacon, especially Cooper River Farms bacon. And this is going to be our garnish for our Vera Cruz style sheepshead. We're going to get that going. Excuse me, I got to put this back in my refrigerator.
Let's get a sneak peek of that refrigerator, huh?
Yeah, there it is right there. If I don't walk away with the pan, I'm definitely walking away with the bacon.
You can get more bacon.
Okay, so I got to remember how to do this. So what you can do, you cut off the end. If somebody doesn't buy you already chopped garlic, cut off the end. All you do is just smash it Boom.
I try to get the guy that does
Okay.
Sorry.
he tells me he'll say that.
That'll be just about enough right there.
There's no announcement.
So now, cut the ends off.
I'm just thinking walking by.
See how that just peels right off? Cut the ends off. I mean, I'd be done if somebody bought chopped garlic. Can't win, Derek. Can't win. All right, here we
In this
go.
world, when they say somebody, they mean you. And somebody is always me. I didn't do it.
All right. So now that we have our peeled garlic, and what we're doing is we're working on our mise en place for this dish. So we're starting at the end, which is our garnish of Cooper River Farms Applewood smoked bacon. And we're getting all of our other ingredients, or our mise en place. It's very French, and that literally means everything in its place. Okay, so I've got my garlic, right? Now all I'm gonna do is smash it. Okay, boom. Now you have chopped garlic.
That makes for a much better video.
Does it? Instead of opening up a jar? All right, we're gonna put that right here with our mise en place. Okay, I'm gonna slice a white onion. Boom. It's nice that the white onion came peeled already.
I did that for you.
Oh, nice. All right, so you cut it in half, and then we're just going to slice it oh so thin. You notice that they're all pretty much the same size, so I'm using my fingers as a guide. Just like that. Oh man, I can smell that bacon. That smells delicious. All right. Set that right here. All right, now we're going to cut up our tomatoes and our jalapeno. Always like to work in a clean environment. You're just going to cut the cherry tomatoes in half. You want nice big pieces, because when you cook them, you want them to show. All right, put those right over here. Now, jalapenos, any kind of spicy pepper. You want to make sure that you're wearing gloves, because I tell you, if you slice a pepper like a jalapeno, dice a jalapeno without gloves on, and then you touch your face or some other part of your body, it's going to burn. It's not nice.
We had this conversation back in July.
Yes. Yes, it's rather painful. So you wear the gloves so that all you got to do is just sew the glove away. Now, all the heat in a jalapeno is pretty much in the seeds, okay? So what you want to do is slice it, cut the top off, flatten it out, and then just cut the seeds out. Now, I've made salsas with seeds and without seeds. And what happens is if you make them with seeds, the salsa sauce intensifies in heat as time goes on. So it actually gets hotter. So what I'm going to do, we're just going to slice these guys like this. All right, and we're going to dice them up. All right. Put these over here, like so. All right, and chop up a little oregano. You don't need a whole lot of fresh oregano. It's very powerful. You want it just to, in this dish, you don't want to cover up the flavor of the fish. The oregano is just an accent for all the vegetables.
Now, Fred, I don't remember if I asked you this before. What's the difference between regular oregano and Mexican oregano?
So Mexican oregano actually is stronger in flavor. Basically the same flavor profile, but it's just stronger in flavor. I actually have Mexican oregano has, you see how this is all green? And you see the size of the leaf? Well, Mexican oregano is 5 times, if not 10 times bigger, the leaf. And if you break the stem, I actually have one growing in my greenhouse. You break the stem, you notice there's no moisture coming out. No, I don't want to say pus, but pus coming out, right?
Yeah, that doesn't sound appetizing.
No, that doesn't sound very appetizing. If you break a Mexican oregano, then liquid comes out of it. And the leaf is 3 times or 10 times as big, and it also has white around the edges. So it's a beautiful plant, and it tastes wonderful. Okay, so these are our greens for our salad. I'm going to just clean these real quick. These are wasabi greens, and I'm just going to strip it, and we're also going to use the flour. The flour is absolutely delicious. We don't want the stems, we just want the greens and the flour. Okay, just like so. And then this is arugula from my garden that I picked this morning. So this is all greens a la Fred. We just don't want the big stems. Those are they're tough, they're chewy. Okay, so now we have our greens, and we're gonna just plush or pick our parsley. Plush is a technical term meaning pick. Just pick them. Okay, so we got our salad greens ready. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make our vinaigrette for the salad. So we're going to have a pan-seared sheep's head with arugula greens and wasabi greens tossed in a little red wine vinaigrette. And then with all of this mise en place, all of these vegetables. So red wine vinaigrette, very simple sauce to make, or dressing. And it's very versatile. So this vinaigrette, you can make into anything. I mean, you can puree some herbs and add, make an herb vinaigrette, make a thyme vinaigrette. It's $1.15. Make it. That was funny, I thought. Anyway, you can use it as a marinade. So this is an emulsified vinaigrette. So I'm going to use some Dijon mustard, nice Dijon mustard.
That wasn't a courtesy laugh, Fred. That was.
Yeah.
I was just zoned out in the camera for a minute until I realized what you said.
Heard that. So our garnish is nice and crispy. Just going to set it over here in this nice castaway pan. There we go. Now, in order to create an emulsion and maintain an emulsified vinaigrette, you have a little mustard and you have to have a little acid. This is red wine vinegar. Okay, so I'm just mixing this in. Now I'm going to alternate. Oil and red wine vinegar. So the bacon not only serves as a flavoring agent for that salad, but it also adds a little texture, a little crispiness. All right. So there we go with that. I'm going to turn that off. We might use that. That's good flavor right there. Okay, so here I'm going to add, so I have my mustard. I have a little bit of acid or the red wine vinegar. Now I'm going to add a little oil. Just drizzle that in there to create your emulsion. Start off real slow. And you can see how that's getting thick. Now, if I were to continue just to add oil, it would eventually get too tight and then break. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to alternate. So that's hot. So I'm going to alternate oil and vinegar. So you're making it thick, and then you're thinning it down. You're making it thick, and then you're thinning it down. Once you get that emulsion started, you can add the oil a little faster.
Fred, there's a question in
Yes.
the comment section about, is this recipe in your cookbook? Do you have a Vera Cruz recipe in there?
No, I do not have a Vera Cruz recipe in the cookbook. The cookbook is strictly Low Country French. But you can find this. You can find a recipe, I'm sure, online. It's a very simple recipe.
Or you can finish watching the video.
What's that?
Or they can finish watching the video like
Yeah,
Chad
or you
said.
can finish watching the video.
Yeah. Or rewatch it if you're going to make it again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So here we go.
They might have been doing that, though, to plug your
Cookbook?
cookbook.
Oh, there you go.
They might have been saying that so they can share the link in there.
Go ahead and share the link. It won't hurt. The flounder niçoise that we cooked was, that's in there. Okay? So, what we're going to do is we're going to season this with a little salt and a little pepper.
We got some people that want to see.
We're going to taste it. You always want to taste. That's delicious. Now, what do you think of that? That's some nice applewood smoked bacon jus. That's jus. I'm going to add just a little bit of that bacon jus to the dressing. Why not? For flavor. Okay. Now we taste. Oh man, that set it off. So, what we're going to do is that's done. We're going to pour that in our little container. For use at a later date. And we're going to start getting our pan hot. So we're going to need that. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to get our pan hot for our fish. All right. You always want a nice hot pan. Now we're going to fillet our sheep's head. And I'm going to use a boning knife to do that with. So these knives can go away. Make more room.
Do you want to do one proper and then one maybe the girls do?
Sure. Okay, so this is what a sheep's head looks like.
Oh, look at that one.
Okay? And he eats, look at those teeth. He eats the barnacles with those teeth. Now, when you purchase your fish, there's a couple of things that you want to look for. If it has the head on, you want to look at the eyes and the gills. Now, this doesn't have any gills, so I can't show you that. But the eyes, you want them very clear. And when you open up the meat, You want to see that the meat is nice and firm. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to start at the head, and we're going to come down to the tail. So I'm going to poke my knife in like so. Boom. All right, now I'm going to use the back as a guideline. So I'm pressing against the bone, and I'm just coming straight down. Okay, coming straight down, right to the tail of the fish. And if you can see that, there's the spine, the backbone of the fish. Okay, now here, right in here, you have a little meat that you don't want to lose. Everything costs money. Everything costs money, and you want to get the most out of that product. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here, and I'm going to cut right there. Boom. Now, see how I have my hand? I'm allowing the weight of the fish to help me, the weight of the meat to help me peel it back and bone it.
I don't see y'all taking notes. I don't see you taking notes. Somebody's up here next.
I bet y'all do a great job. Now, see how I'm going over the rib cage. Now, here, I'm going to cut in. There you go. And there you have it. Nice fillet. Cut those bones out. There's always bones right here as well. Now, if I was making a fish stock, I'd save the skin and I'd save the bones. But we're not making a fish stock. So here, do the same thing. Again, we're using the skeletal structure as a guideline. I just thought of that, skeletal structure. That's not bad, huh?
That's not bad at all.
I like it.
Is this biology or is this...
It could be. So again, we're just following the skeletal structure. Poke my knife all the way through. All right, there we go. Now I would save this for a stock, head and all, and I would break the bones to release all the nice gelatin in the spine itself. So I don't know if you can see that, but that is all flavor right there. And it helps make the stock gelatinous. Pan's nice and hot, as you can see. Y'all care to take a crack at the next fish? You want to try? Yes. Right there. You ready? All right. So what you do is, now be careful, it's sharp.
That on top.
Okay. So what you want to do?
Put it on top of there.
Are we in a pause mode?
I was gonna mic her up since she's.
Oh, okay.
Is it a magnet or?
Here.
Oh, I see it. I got it lined up.
There you go.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So what you want to do is you want to see the backbone.
Uh-huh.
So you're going to poke the knife in up here, and
Yep.
you're just going to come all the way down with just that much knife in the fish.
Okay.
Okay, following that backbone.
Okay. And I start right here.
Yep.
Beautiful.
There you go. Okay.
What do you do?
Now what you do is you hold it like this. Hold the fish down.
Okay.
Press down.
Yep.
Okay, watch it. No. So what you were doing
Yeah.
is you were coming up like this.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that.
Okay.
What you want to do is you're in the fish. So now all you do is you just bring the knife and come down like this.
Okay. This is my first time doing this.
That's good. Okay. So
Is that like ripping?
hold the knife like that. Now come straight down. Wait a minute. Yeah, there you go.
Oh.
Okay. There you go.
Is that good?
Yep.
Oh.
Get closer to the fins.
Oh man, this is harder than it looks.
It is.
This is way harder. This is
But
Yeah.
you did good. You
Okay.
did good. Okay, so now here I'm just gonna get it to where you can finish it.
okay.
Okay, so you come down. See? And you're using your other hand, your thumb, to peel that back.
Uh-huh.
Come straight down like that. Okay?
Hmm?
So you're gonna have your thumb. Be careful, the knife is sharp, and you're just gonna work it to the stomach.
Oh. Like that?
Yep, that's perfect. And when you do that, make just slow,
Slow.
just like that. Yeah. Easy marks, easy strokes. Good. Okay.
That-
Follow the bones. Yeah, you want to follow the bones. So if you set your knife on the bone,
Yep.
like right there, okay,
Oh.
now come straight down. One swipe. Yeah, you make that noise.
It
There you
doesn't work
go.
if you don't make the noise.
It did work better.
Good job. That is excellent. Now just poke it through. Bring it like that. Now here, what you want to do is you want to take the head, come around, okay? Work around that rib cage. And you see how I'm just doing this. There you go. Cut off those little extra bones. And sometimes you have rib bones right here. Cut those off. There you go. You want to try the other side? Now on this side, you're going to start at this end
Okay.
because it's just easier.
Yeah.
Always working like towards you as opposed to away from you. But it might be better if you did like this. Just so I'm going to poke, and then you go all the way down, following that fin.
Okay, so from here down?
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Okay. And you said like right here?
Yep. There you go.
Yay!
Perfect. Now poke it all the way through. Now go all the way out. There you go. That's good. That's good. So from here, what you would do is, again, you would hold, and you would just, that's it, just like that.
Beautiful.
Oh, here, let me do this here for you. There you go. Okay, now hold it up, and then just work your way towards the other side.
Okay.
Yeah, you're hitting the bone. That's good.
Oh, the
Very
bone
good.
right here? Do I
Yeah.
go above or
Uh-huh.
below?
No, you're good. Just like that, yeah.
Okay.
Now poke the knife all the way through. And then just go whoosh.
Oh, damn.
That's okay. We have fish glue.
Okay.
One time, that's not so.
Kind of freaky.
When I was in culinary school, CIA, we had this French chef, and his nose would literally turn the corner before he would. Roland Hennon, master chef, awesome guy. So anyway, I'm 18 years old, and I'm in this fish class that he's teaching, and I did the exact same thing went to a whole piece of salmon, whole side of salmon. So the side of salmon was pretty much ruined. So I looked around. I said, "Oh my God, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Anybody got any fish glue?" Everybody started cracking up. I got an F that day, but hey, it was all right.
Did they have any fish glue?
No fish glue. No fish glue. So there we go. And again, what you want to do is you want to save this for fish stock. Crack that bone.
Kind of satisfying to hear.
Isn't it?
It's like,
It's like going to a chiropractor.
yeah.
And then that's all flavor right in there. See, look at that gelatin. Isn't that nice?
Gelatin.
Yeah. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to skin our fish, and then we're going to saute. Saute being high heat, quick cook. So I'm just going to cut this off right here. Thank you for your help.
Thank you.
Don't forget you're mic'd up.
Sorry.
Don't forget you're mic'd up. Great job, but I don't want you saying anything.
Awesome job.
Thank you. I wouldn't.
All right. Look at that flesh. That is just going to be super nice.
Yesterday.
Super nice. Now you can use the skin. You can use in a stock, or you can crisp it up in a pan with the fish itself. Sheep's head skin tends to be a little tough though, so I wouldn't necessarily want to eat it, but some people do. When you skin it, you always start with the tail in. Hold it tight, and the skin will stick to the cutting board. And then I just work my way down. The tighter you hold it, the easier it'll come off. Hardly any meat on that. Again, you want to feel for bones because you don't want to eat bone. Okay. Now what we're going to do, turn our pan back on. Get another glove here. We're going to season our fish up. Getting rid of those bones. Okay, now, when you're seasoning your fish, you want to take into consideration that I've got two very salty ingredients in here. I've got olives and I've got capers. So you want to season it, but you don't want to over season it. And I've also got bacon going in that little salad. And this is the vinaigrette that we made is extremely flavorful. Now you want to season your fish because you want to season everything that you make. Every ingredient you season because everything lends itself to the main dish. If you don't season one thing, then what happens is it turns out to be a little bland. And for this Vera Cruz style, we're going to use a little bit of cayenne. Just a little bit, not too much, just for a little heat. Okay, press that in there. Only use kosher salt. Kosher salt is the best. Iodized salt tastes too salty and is garbage. That table salt that you see on tables is just garbage. So I'm just a little right here, just like so. A little salt. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add a little olive oil to our pan. Make sure that gets nice and hot. We're going to test it. Okay, you see that's not hot enough. You can see that it's sizzling, but it's not sizzling enough. So I'm going to wait. And I'm going to sear it skin side down, since that's the part of the fish that's going to be our display piece. So we're just waiting on our pan to get there. Okay. Let's see. Not yet. We got a couple more seconds. Just a couple more seconds. Okay, here we go. Can you see that now? That's what you want to see. That's nice and hot. You want to hear your food cooking. Yeah. Looking forward to it. Just going to trim off this little skin right here. We got any questions? Any questions?
How long did it take for you to master this year and not eat fish lips?
Oh, well, after I got an F for the day, I bought a couple fish and figured it out. Went to town. I ate well that weekend.
Yeah.
Good question. All right. Now, smell. Can you smell that?
I can. It smells amazing.
That smells delicious. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of. I'm going to add a little bit of brown butter, which is clarified butter that has been browned for just a touch of nutty flavor. It'll just set that flavor off really nice. And all you do is just throw a couple sticks of butter in a pan, melt it. You bring it to a boil. The milk solids come to the top and the bottom. You have mainly water in the bottom. Butter does have water in it. And you skim the top and then strain it. And you have what's called clarified butter, or ghee, which is highly expensive in the grocery store. Man, that smells good. Now, whenever you cook anything, you always want to make sure that you let it rest a little while. And what that means is that when you cook something, it'll carry over cook. So it continues to cook. Those molecules are bouncing all over the place. The reason why you want it to rest is because it'll be more flavorful and juicier. Like if you cook a piece of meat, if you cook it and then cut right into it, all the juices flow out of it quickly. If you let it rest for 5-10 minutes, all those juices redistribute in that piece of meat, and the whole thing is more flavorful. And when you cut into it, it just doesn't bleed all over the place. How are y'all doing?
How you doing?
Doing great. We're cooking
Hello,
some
hang out.
sheepshead up. Vera Cruz style. Very nice. Okay. We're going to add a little bit more oil. Or clarified butter for a nutty flavor. Get that nice and hot. Okay. Seared skin side down. Just going to let that cook up. Then when we're done, when we're done sauteing our fish, what we're gonna do is we're gonna add all of our ingredients, cook them together, and squeeze a little bit of lime. Whenever you juice a lime or lemon or any citrus, you always want to roll it. What that does is it releases all the juice that's inside, That's what I'm doing now. Okay, so we're going to use that as a finishing touch to our Sheepshead Vera Cruz style. All right, you can see how the fish is nicely cooking. It's opaque on the outside, around the edges. Okay, that means it's just about time to flip. This is a smaller, thinner piece. You can see how you can still flesh color, opaque, but you can see the opaqueness through the pink flesh. So we're going to flip that. We're just going to go ahead and flip them all. Yeah, look at that. That's nice, huh?
Can we eat yet?
So this fish right here, what's that?
So can we eat yet?
Not yet. We have 2 more pieces to cook. 2 more pieces. All right, this guy's done. He's a little bit thinner than those other guys. All right, add a little bit more olive oil. A little bit more clarified butter. All right, add that in there. All right, you see how that, that's not quite done yet.
All right.
That's not quite done yet. A couple more seconds. All right. Flip him over just real quick again. Now, if I were in a restaurant setting, I'd have flipped him the first time and just set him up. And by the time I'm ready to pick that fish up, the fish is done. Yeah, we're just about there.
How do you know when it's done?
When it's cooked,
Yeah.
when it's cooked,
That's his answer.
it's,
I know
when it's
but
cooked, it's done.
visually, how can you tell?
So these are 2 different types or 2 different sizes, right?
Yeah.
So you can always do like this,
Uh-huh.
right? And if you don't see any flesh-colored meat, then you know it's done.
Okay.
Okay, and you see there's a little flesh-colored meat in the middle.
Yeah.
It'll be done by the time we're ready to eat.
Okay. That's a good tip.
Yeah, and so you see, he's almost done.
Yeah.
He'll be done by the time we're ready to eat.
So that's how you do it. You just kind of, it'll be done by the time you're ready to eat. It's going to cook on the.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right, now we're going to get ready for making our salad. Clean that off. You always want to work in a clean environment. First thing I do whenever I go into a restaurant is I look at the kitchen floor. The kitchen floor is a mess, and pretty much everything's a mess.
Not a good sign.
Not a good sign. And then you go into the bathroom. That's kind of weird, but I do. I do it. I go to the bathroom, and if the bathroom's clean, then you know you're okay.
If you see some cockroaches running around,
Yeah, exactly.
that's not good.
That's not good. All right, so you see how opaque that's getting on the edges? You can see through the flesh where the opaque is. All right, we're going to flip that. That's a nice piece right there.
That's beautiful, yeah.
I was cooking scallops for a buddy of mine one time, and this young chef comes to me and says, "You need to turn your flame down." I'm like, no, searing. You want it nice and hot sear that, get a nice color, because the color means flavor. It translates to flavor because you're caramelizing the natural sugars that's in that product, thus adding flavor. I'm gonna flip this guy.
That's weird that the chef didn't know that.
Yeah, well then I saw her cooking. Halibut. She was searing halibut, and I said, "You need to turn your flame up." And she said, "Why?" I said, "Well, look at it. You're cooking it all the way through on one side.
Right.
That's not good.
Right.
That means it's going to be dry." So also, you touch it. If it's nice and firm, then you know it's almost done.
That's a good sign. Yeah.
Yes, nice and firm.
Yeah, I can tell that looks really good.
See how that's not quite done yet, and that won't carry over and cook all the way through. So we're gonna flip him once. Never do that.
Never press your meat.
Don't press your meat.
You're gonna squeeze all the juice out.
Exactly.
Great.
All the flavor is going to go out of the fish, and it's going to be dry. All right, that's nice. That'll carry overcooked nicely. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit of this brown butter. Give it a little nutty flavor. We're going to start adding our ingredients. So we have onion. Jalapeno. Garlic.
Chopped garlic, right?
Chopped garlic. I like it. Okay. We're going to saute that. It's okay to get a little color on that, because again, if you caramelize your onions, you're caramelizing the natural sugars that are in that onion, therefore making it more flavorful. Here I'm gonna.
Onions always smell good when you're grilling them.
Yes, they do. I'm gonna take my greens. Just gonna rip them once. Make sure I don't have any stems in there. These are the greens from my garden.
I think at some point we're going to have to do like a tour of Fred's garden and greenhouse.
There you go.
He keeps mentioning it in all these episodes.
I love my greenhouse. Used to be an old chicken coop that I turned into a greenhouse.
What'd you do with the chickens?
Ate them.
There you go.
All right, we're going to transfer this oregano.
I'm a movie junkie. You remember that movie Twister?
Yes, I love that movie.
You see my cow?
Yeah. Right?
When they're eating the steaks?
Yeah.
Meg, where'd you get these steaks? They're delicious. You see my cow?
So once these onions are almost cooked, what we're going to do, how y'all doing today?
Yeah, come in and get close. Come on. He's about to start plating, and that's when the good stuff is.
Exactly. This is Sheepshead, Vera Cruz style. Little Spanish-Mexican influence. Now, if I were caramelizing these all the way through, I would just let them sit and not toss them as much. You keep tossing them, and they caramelize. I mean, you keep tossing them, they won't caramelize. But you see how they're starting to turn shiny and almost translucent. Now we're going to add our capers, olives. We're going to add our tomatoes. Save our oregano. A little bit of salt. Remember, you got olives and capers in there, so you don't want to add too much salt. And you're also garnishing with bacon. Bacon. And that's from Cooper River Farms. So what we're going to do is we're going to just break this up like so. It's like bacon bits, but much, much better. It gives flavor. Delicious. And also a texture. Whenever you're cooking, you cook. Flavors are building blocks. They build on each other to add to the whole. And you always want different texture. Crunchy lends itself to soft. Delicious. All right. So now we're going to add just a little bit of this oregano just to set that thing off. And an acid. You always want to add an acid. Acid cleanses your palates and opens up all the flavor. Turn it inside out because limes don't really have seeds. Squeeze, get it all out of there. You can smell that oregano.
Oh, that smells good.
Yeah. There you go. Now, taste. Always taste what you're making. You can see that the tomatoes are beginning to break down. Boom. That's good. All right, so we're going to just toss them one time. Put that like that, like so. Turn that off. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit of salt to our greens. You don't need much pepper because of the arugula. And this was our dressing that we made with a little bit of red wine vinaigrette. You just want to lightly dress it. Toss. Taste, yum. All right, I'll put that right there. And we will plate the fish. Shingle him on there like that. Take these jus, pour it right on top. Yum, that's flavor right there. And the bacon, we're just gonna and there you have it. That is Sheepshead a la Vera Cruz style.
Just to hold that. You will pick it up.
There you go. Perfect.
I got a fridge to hang it on, Fred. Perfect, thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Where'd everyone go? This is the good part.
I know literally, I wrote serve.
There was just people hanging out.
Oh my God,
How's it?
that's good.
Pretty good? I gotta try a little bit.
I'm gonna start recruiting people. Reggie's getting in there, right, Reg?
Yep.
Oh, that's really good. Huh. I think that.
Great. I gotta get some of that. Thank you.
I gotta get a little bit of that.
Wow. That's the first time I ever cooked that.
Yeah. You did okay.
Thank you.
It was elusive. You want some top?
Oh, that's really good.
You like that?
Well, so it's Sheepshead, Vera Cruz. I love Vera Cruz.
Nailed it. Oh, wow. Grab the fork and
Just dive right in.
fantastic.
You gotta get some of that.
You get some of the veggies and onions.
You gotta get that bottom.
Fantastic.
Let's bring that out and just
Yeah.
Really.
put it on top.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Why don't we do this here? So you get the full experience.
Yeah. Wow.
Let's just move this like this. There you go.
Nice.
Wow.
And we'll put this right on top.
Oh, man.
It's a great way to cook sheepshead.
There you go.
Wow. That's unbelievable.
Here's some. You like sheep's head?
Come
You like fish? I bet you'll love it then. I bet you'll like it.
Yeah, you'll like
If
it.
you don't, I'll give you $1.
How you gonna pass up on the dollar?
Real good.
What kind of fish is it?
Sheep's head. So it's a meaty, white, mild fish.
That is white mile fish. I don't know what all this other stuff is, but
Just onions, tomatoes, capers, olives, and then you have wasabi greens, and from my garden, and arugula from my garden. Ah,
very good.
thank you.
You're not hopping in there.
I missed the whole cooking part. You should try it. Okay.
You can catch the cooking part because it's being filmed on the food boat on YouTube, so you can check it. Fred did this and flounder earlier, and we got Reggie gonna be doing tilefish and blue crab here in a little bit.
So I've had flounder once that I liked it. Only once.
Not a fan?
No, I've had it multiple times, but only once that I liked it.
Oh.
Good. Thank you. So care to try some sheep's head? You don't know what you're missing.
All right, I'll try it.
There you go.
Fred's roping him in.
Just grab a fork and
Just grab a fork and
dive
dig
in.
in.
All righty. Got a little greens with it.
Yeah, that's those greens are from my garden.
Yum.
Grab another one.
Oh, that is really good.
Oh, thank you.
She goes, "Oh, that's really good." You just put half of it on the ground.
Thank you.
All right, y'all. Thanks again for hanging out with us. We are at the food boat at the boat show in North Charleston with Fred Neuville. Thanks again, Fred. Moment's notice, he comes
Thank
up with
you.
this whole thing on his own. Text me yesterday, says, Derek, this is what I need you to get. And killed it. Killed it.
And you know how long it's been since I've actually had to chop garlic? I got to hang on to that one.
I'll take the flack on the garlic because I'm telling you, I was really worried about the cayenne more than anything. I was really worried about the cayenne more than anything.
There you go.
You gonna give us a thumbs up? There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Fantastic.
All right, y'all, we're going to get things wrapped up here. We'll be back live in a little bit with Reggie going on tilefish. So we'll see you in a bit. Thanks again. And stay tuned. Watch
Fred,
your
Good to see you, Reggie.